Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria and today we're gonna talk about a very sensitive topic. Why we draw from life instead of photos. So a lot of people think that photos are so much easier. They don't move, the lighting stays the same, we can zoom in and see all the details. The thing is that if you want really to understand the form and create convincing drawings, photos might actually hold you back. So when a camera captures an image, it flattens everything into a 2D flat surface, and the depth information is usually gone. Your eyes see in real 3D, but the camera gives you a flat 2D interpretation of what things really are. For example, let's take a pumpkin. In real life, we can come closer, we can turn it around, we can see what's going on behind it, what's going on the left, what's going on the right. The camera makes decisions for you about what's important. This is what is called depth of field. So camera focuses on what it thinks is more important. Usually it is somewhere in the middle of the frame and in the closest spot to the camera. We can understand how this pumpkin curves away in real space, and we can see the light wraps around the form. When we draw from life, we don't actually just copy what we see. We actually learn how light behaves on real surfaces, how reflected light bounces off the table and back into the shadow areas, how the edges of this pumpkin get softer as the pumpkin turns away from us. So the difference between drawing from photos and drawing from life is that by drawing from life, you train yourself to copy flat patterns. You train yourself to copy somebody else's vision or camera's vision. But when you draw from life, you are training yourself to understand 3D form, let's say face. At the same time, I don't want to say that photos are completely useless. They have their big perks. For example, you can draw actual moving animal, running lion, for example. I have never seen lions in my life in nature. Hopefully I won't. But I can find a photo and draw a running lion or a flying bird or a human in a very complicated pose that, for example, dancers, they cannot stay in these poses, so you can draw them like 2 hours. Self-portraits, for example, I painted self-portraits in a profile. I cannot see myself in any mirror in profile, for example. Or, I don't know, my son doesn't want to pose for me, so I snap his photo. This shouldn't become your primary way of learning how to draw. That's my point. It would be great if you guys are used to draw from photos just to try, for example, drawing from life for, I don't know, just a week. And set up a simple still life with objects you have at home, anything that you have in front of you. Use a single light source. It's better to use window, but just a desk lamp would work. Start with just, I don't know, 10 minutes a day. That's it. By the end of this week, you'll probably feel the difference in your understanding of form and space. The thing is that once you know how light behaves on curved surfaces in real life, once you trained yourself to see real 3D relationships between objects in space, you will know how to use photo reference. You will know where, for example, a reflection might be, even if camera didn't capture it, or reflected light. Usually cameras, they oversaturate things or they make them way high in contrast, for example. So that means that if there is darks, they will be black, and there will be mostly, especially on cell phone photos, mostly no information in these shadows. But with our eye, we see a lot of information in the shadows. And the same about light. If you look at the light areas, you can see a lot of details. Sometimes cameras don't capture that. After, let's say, a week of drawing from life, you'll be able to correct those flat and lifeless areas, and you can put like real form into your drawings. For my Patreon subscribers, I've got detailed guides for setting up drawing sessions, lighting tips, and exercises specifically designed to build your observation skills, plus monthly critique sessions where we can work through the challenges of drawing from life together. So old masters didn't have cameras. Cameras appeared in 19th century, if I remember correctly, and old masters' drawings are still more convincing than a lot of work done today. There is a reason for that. They understood form probably better when they learned from life. So go set up this still life today and build up the skill. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.